Hey y'all, have you ever taken a step back after seeing some dumbass red pill content and thought to yourself, man, these dudes are real fucking losers? Brain rot capital is right there in the center of Andrew Tate, Myron Gaines, and these other testosterone-infused influencers. My biggest problem with the red pill narrative is that the entire premise in itself is contradictory. Let me explain. Men like Andrew Tate and Myron Gaines act like they promote women who have self-respect and are quality homemakers.
Girls' nights out, showing their ass on the internet, not dressing modestly, etc. But when you're with a guy, you should have that respect where, you dress a certain way, you convey yourself a certain way on the internet, you don't have scantily clad pictures. In other words, if the car is sold, you shouldn't be wearing a for sale sign on your neck. My view is I believe in the traditional family. I believe in a man being the leader, head of the household, supporting his woman. If women want to work and get an education, that's fine. But I think that should be elective. I don't think that she should be working from a mandatory perspective. It should be from an elective position. And if they do have kids, then fuck your job, bitch. Like, you're going to raise the kids, because a two-parent household is the most productive way, and the mother being in the home prevents kids from doing stupid shit. So I don't think that women should work. I think men should be the providers and the leaders. And that means guys got to step up too. You can't be sitting here telling a woman, make me a sandwich, when you're going half on the bills, dude. It doesn't work that way.
Yet, their platforms only ever promote women who do sex work, reiterating to women everywhere that the only way to get your big break or make an exponential amount of money is to sell your body. Let's use Myron and his podcast, Fresh and Fit, as our first example. The only women that get brought onto that show are women who have OnlyFans or Instagram accounts that post provocatively, or women that are willing to be a little promiscuous. It's hypocritical for Myron to talk down on women in the sex work industry while simultaneously promoting their pages and using them for views.
The one thing that men are always going to have issues with when it comes to women is promiscuity. You can do everything else, but if you fucking cheat on me, that's the biggest betrayal. Yeah. Because you only have one job. Don't be a fucking... It's the only job I have to have. You disagree with that?
I'm not going to start this again.
Hold on, no. Okay, how about this? What's your body count?
None of your business. What's your body count?
Thank you. Why don't you want to tell me your body count?
Because it's none of your business.
But why is it none of my business?
Because I already begin to understand.
Use your critical thinking skills. Peel the layer back. Why is it none of my business?
It's none of your business because you're just going to use that to judge me.
Perfect. Why am I going to judge you?
Damn.
Ooh. Because of what you just explained to her.
Let me answer it for you. Because your body count directly ties to your value as a female. The more sexual partners you have, the lower your value, the less ability for you to garner a higher status man. The more partners I have, it doesn't affect me whatsoever. No one gives a fuck about my body count. I can have 1,000 on my wedding night. No one cares. You got 1,000 on your wedding night, you're gonna get a divorce.
Yep.
Not once did you see an episode of Fresh and Fit that taught young men how to know what a good wife actually looks and sounds like, and how to then successfully court that woman. They only teach you how to disrespect and sleep with women, and the funny part about that is it's because it's the only thing they know how to do. If it came to securing a quality woman, Myron would fail every single time, and that's because on the inside, he's actually an insecure, bullied little nerd. What I'm saying is no self-respecting woman would end up with Myron Gaines. Another perfect example of this is Andrew Tate. He always talks about protecting the nuclear family and then goes out and creates multiple baby mamas. And I don't care about anyone else's arguments on that topic. Having multiple baby mamas is never the best case scenario for the children, because no matter what, none of them will have enough individual time with their father. And we all know the destruction an absent father can cause. Elon Musk is another example of why having multiple baby mamas is never the best situation for the kids. The entire reason Elon has seemingly lost the love of some of his children is because he's not present the way a father should be present. Most kids get to see their parents every single day.
And so the reason it's called dead naming is because your son is dead. So my son Xavier is dead, killed by the woke mind virus.
Nick Cannon, another perfect example. Just because these men can financially take care of that many kids doesn't mean they can give each of their children enough time. And we all know time is everything. Andrew Tate gets even worse though, because he has literally built his fortune off the backs of sex workers and weak men.
Big argument. Yep. Big argument. But here's the thing. The guy would get pissed off, right? And leave, stop tipping her, stop coming to her. But for these men, that's the only chick in the world, the only hot chick in the world who talks to him. Maybe it takes a week, maybe it takes 2 weeks, maybe it takes 3 weeks. He's in bed at night, alone, jerking off, looking at her old videos and pictures, watching her stream again from another account so she can't see it's him, sitting there going, maybe she was going to come. Maybe I just got too mad when she had a headache. Maybe I should have been a little bit more patient and she would have been my girlfriend. And 100% of the time, in less than 3 months, with an apology, a brand new pile of money, and the cycle would repeat. We fucking killed the game. Millions of dollars a week. And it was not just because I had beautiful girls. It's not because webcam is easy. It's because I am a genius. And I put together an apparatus of genius behind the avatar.
He was supposedly stealing money from his sex workers under the guise of being their management that has bills and taxes to pay. Like, that's just not how real life businesses are allowed to operate. You can't just take your employees' money and keep it for yourself. Imagine if Walmart was taking money from their employees' paychecks and telling them it was for taxes. Meanwhile, it's actually just going straight into their pockets. Tate would argue the women agreed to this, but it's pretty clear that he was purposefully exploiting vulnerable women and persuading them into this line of work under the ruse that he was in love with them and wanted to be with them. This would make the women want to please and favor him by doing what he asks, because in their minds, he's possibly going to date them or marry them, only for him to then flip the script and say he would never be with them because he would never be with an OnlyFans girl. You see how sick and twisted that is? It locks these women into a cycle of needing to prove themselves versus intense shame. A lawyer reacted to a video of Tate discussing all of this, and he makes some really good points.
Tax is also another important element for controlling your woman. You're not going to pay anybody tax because you're getting paid in Bitcoin, so you don't need to pay tax to anybody.
That's not legal advice, by the way.
You need to tell your girl that you're paying the tax, because girls are lazy, and girls are stupid, and girls don't understand how taxes work. So the girl's working with you, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, we've made this much money, but I'm going to pay the tax to make sure we don't get in trouble. She'll sit there and go, okay. Now that allows you to do two things. One, it's another control element.
See how that control is a recurring theme over and over and over again?
I work with him, my tax is not a problem. If I do it alone, I have to deal with taxes. Taxes are complicated. It's a control element.
And he doesn't have respect for these women at all because he thinks they're stupid.
It allows you to pay her a smaller percentage. So I used to pay my girls 30%. So for every $10,000 they made, I'd give them 3, and I'd keep 7. They thought they were on 50%. And I said that the disparity is because of taxes. So you're on 50%, we have to pay the tax first, and then it's 50-50. If they say, why is it 50-50? Because I'm the one on camera. You say, because I'm the one typing, I'm the one with the property you're working in, I'm the one paying the bills, the electricity, I'm the one who's, and the electricity and every other maintenance cost of this property, I'm the one who bought the equipment, I'm the one who knows what he's doing, I'm the one with the knowledge, I'm the da-da-da-da-da. Shut the fuck up, go online. And they should be pretty happy with that if they respect you as a person overall. So really you're paying 30, you tell them you're paying 50, the difference is in the tax. That's where the disparity lies, taxes. If they don't believe you or they want to get fresh or whatever, print out some tax forms. I used to do this all the time. I used to print out some random tax forms and say, yeah, sign here, sign this. What is it? It's for the tax. You want to pay the tax or not? Okay, and they just sign away. You know what fucking signing. Let's throw them away afterwards. But they think something's happening. Something real is happening. Nothing's happening except me getting rich, bitch.
Nothing's happening except for me getting rich, bitch. It's that whole avoiding taxes. And it's not legal to do that. It's not legal to not pay your taxes.
Let your girl have this, because if your girl ever runs off and leaves you, which is going to happen to some of you at least, you don't want her to have an address book of all the guys she can get money from.
Another aspect of control. You don't want her to have your client list, because if she has your client list, she can leave you. So you've got to restrict her information. So it's systematic, and it's a systematic method of control to control these women. Now, these are not my words. These are his words and his words alone.
Adding on to all of that, Andrew's entire fan base is the same type of men that would pay for an OnlyFans account or to chat with the cam girl, which means his fans are actually his victims. They're his prey, and he has obviously used them to garner more fame and attention for himself. He's stealing their money. He views these men as low as he views the women that he steals from. Let that sink in.
Because I don't want guys focusing their life on women, man. I don't want guys hurting themselves over women. Yeah. There's dudes out here that are killing themselves over women that don't give a fuck about you. I just told you guys, women are not designed to be loyal. They're designed to look for the best, so you become the best.
At the end of the day, it's incredibly two-faced to talk about the importance of women having self-respect, to then turn around and completely disrespect them and damage them potentially forever. Damage future mothers and wives. It's just pure evil. But If you look at it from the red pillar's perspective, it's actually a really smart marketing move because without the presumed problem of promiscuous women, they wouldn't have a business. They wouldn't have the podcast or the campsites. So to create more content, they need to create more whores, for a lack of better term. I would argue that these extreme red pill types of men actually do hate women and don't have any respect for them.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
Don't talk about my wife. You shut your fucking mouth.
To respect a woman is to respect her dignity and self-worth. Something I think all men need to hear before they get married is that a home is only as strong as the mother. If a husband repeatedly does shitty stuff to his wife, the household will ultimately suffer. Being a husband is a massive responsibility, and if we're being honest, most men are too pussy and too weak to give up the outer worldly temptations in order to remain focused on building their legacy and achieving success. Protecting and providing for a woman is to protect her heart and provide her with the tools to build a beautiful life, like the food to make meals and a house to make a home. This red pill lie has an equal and opposite reaction, with women now having their expectations way too high because as a chick, you can just go show your cooch and make $1 million. So they think that the men they're with have to make at least that much. And if he doesn't, then to her, he's a munch.
Well, you dated his broke ass.
Literally.
I mean, he claims that he makes $1 million per year. So, I mean, it's okay, right? For me, it's okay because, as Marion said, women should date up, right? We should date
the fuck up.
Right. Masculine, provider, leader. So, of course, I'm going to choose you. I mean, that doesn't make sense. I'm going to choose somebody who makes less money than me.
So then wait.
Why would I do that?
Vice versa. These men are only pining for the women who have this stuck up type of mentality. For insecure men that come into money later in life, having these women accept them is their final act in being accepted by society. It's completely delusional, and most people actually think that these men are ridiculous simps, like Louis Russell being with Huda, and that guy whose wife came out bragging about all of her sexual escapades she had before her husband, while also somehow masquerading as someone that didn't have sex until marriage. Mind you, she posted these so-called story times on the internet for everyone to see forever.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. I was popping my and living my best life in these white boy frat houses.
I'm actively trying to have an orgy because, and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you fucking see him. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband. I just know that Nav's dick is like at least 10 inches. Okay, I have 2 butt stories. So one time I met this guy on Tinder and I made the dump. I woke up in the morning and my asshole was a little sore.
Oh my God.
And I remember that he what kind of do you watch when you use a vibrator?
Okay, not gonna lie, I don't watch. What? I just think of my own husband while I'm doing it.
Wait, that's kind of baller, but I could never do that.
If your man is weird about periods, that's a red flag. Break up with him immediately, no pun intended. Because when I was in college, I dated this guy. He didn't want to fool around when I was on the heaviest days of my period. Okay, totally understandable. I get that. And I was like, oh great, good news, my period ended. We can have fun tonight, blah blah. And he was going down on me. Around down there, more blood can sometimes come out even if your period is over. I swear to God, I thought my period was done. He looked at me with so much disgust, and I'll never forget that moment. I felt so ashamed and so dirty, and he was like, how could you do this to me, and all this stuff. Ruined the night and whatever. And he was my boyfriend at the time. I was just so depressed. I went home and I called my sister and I was like, I have to tell you something, this happened to me. And she literally was so
for me is
oh, I know this. Go.
Tax day?
No.
It's Akash's birthday.
And I feel it because she's being nice to me all day. And by 8, 10 p.m., I can feel her getting just I'm so ready for this to be over.
Why?
It's I turned back into a pumpkin at 12:01, May 5th, and she's so relieved that she gets to be mean again.
Okay, May the 4th is Akash's birthday, and every year I dread it because I have to be nice.
I disagree. I think someone going on streams, being so comfortable talking about every sex thing in the world, yapping their way without any hesitation, and the moment their husband comes to even touch them a little bit, they're reeling away like this. That's not overstimulation. There's a part of that which plays into a lot of the other.
Say if we have a son?
You said our son is going to be soft, and I said he won't.
Our son is going to be soft.
I won't love him.
You're 5'7", I'm 5'2".
Physically soft would annoy me, but emotionally soft would really, I can't handle.
This is why Akra said he needs to have girls.
Everything you said about...
if you talk about my wife...
Everything you said about Jada today.
Yes.
Will said that about your girl.
Again, also different.
You're not hitting them?
Also different because our wives aren't celebrities. They don't put themselves out there.
Yeah.
You put themselves out there, I swear I would look at you and be like, yo, and it would be a fight.
Crying about it.
He's to her before she started doing social media. She's the most like multi-dimensional person I know, where she pops off, says crazy says disrespectful but also is so spiritual, so grounded, and so like so sweet, and so like she has so many facets to it. She said,
"I don't fit. Someone cannot be the most."
Another example is when Fit from Fresh and Fit love bombed this plastic surgery Chinese chick.
But
Keep it kosher there, brother.
Time passes, we must say farewells for a short period of time until she comes back. So can't wait to see her back here in Miami. I love her. No, I don't. Let me back.
Got her pregnant and then told her to abort it or be a single mom. Don't let me forget that he also gave her $13,000 to buy a bracelet, which is yet another way these men promote women being promiscuous. They only give money to or buy expensive gifts for the slut women that sleep with them. Women like this, that you pretty much have to buy, are the same women who will cheat on you at the drop of a dime for someone that's just a little bit stronger, a little bit taller, or a little bit richer. Steve McBee is a perfect example of this. First, it was his now ex-girlfriend Kala not respecting his hustle and grind, even while he was sending her $10,000 to $20,000 a month.
Do you think that Steven's had it hard?
But he's had the old.
Steven is 30 years old, and I will do his laundry every week. If I do not do one load of laundry for him, he will text his mom, and he's gonna like, "Oh, I'll come do a load of laundry." You guys have all had it very easy in life. You're 24 years old. You have a brand new house being built.
Yeah, and I work my mother dick off for it every mother day since I was 18 years old. He works hard. He gets up every day at 4 o'clock, and he works hard, and so do you.
He doesn't. Same.
Both
but I didn't get a condo and a house out of it.
No, you did. Dallas with a free apartment. You're moving back to Dallas. My mom paying for your apartment with everything.
If you knew what you're talking about, you wouldn't be saying that right now.
In Cal, if you know what you're talking about, you would be loving him, and you wouldn't be getting sent back to Dallas where you belong to be a loser with your life.
Steven will send me 10 grand. What? Okay. 20 grand.
And then his most recent girlfriend, Allie Eklund, just cheated on him while at Stagecoach.
B. Jr. has accused his girlfriend, Allie, of cheating via IG stories, and Allie allegedly cheated on him at Stagecoach. And on his story post, he wrote, "Left a day early because I have real responsibilities. Just got 2 other calls about this situation. Damn, embarrassing to put this out there, but figured there's no reason to gatekeep." This is the first message he received from someone, and they said, "Hi, sorry for the late message, but are you still dating that Allie girl?" And he said, "Yeah, I am. How come?" They responded, "Look, I may be looking into things, but as a friend to you, she seemed really close with a guy, like not in a respectful way to you or your relationship, unless he was gay and they were friends, but holding hands and dancing in front of him when we were at Ludacris." This is the supposed guy that she cheated with, Drew Dotson, and when you do go to his profile, he follows Allie. Allie follows him. Ironically enough, the Drew guy was at Stagecoach with Kendall from Love Island. He posted a bunch of photos during Stagecoach on his story. Steven also posted this random DM, 2 phone calls, and a video. Unreal. When someone shows you who they are, listen. And then he posted this photo, 5:03 a.m., one person at the gym on a Monday, the other drunk and cheating at an after party. Crazy. Also, not Allie literally posting to her story saying, "Living my best life this weekend." Allie has posted more receipts, and these text messages from Steven get worse. Let's just get straight into it. Okay, so he messages her, "Allie, you wake your effing ass up and call me right now. Schedule your flight back to Missouri to come get all your effing shit and get gone." She responds, "What? I'm at an after party, and blank is a friend from Nashville." He says, "Absolutely the F not. Fly back to Missouri today and get your shit. You effing hooker. Leave the effing party and call me. I should have known when you had your tits out for literally everyone at Stagecoach. You dress more provocative than just about anyone there. It's an effing disgrace how you dress and how slutty you act." Absolutely not. Like, what? "I'm not kidding. Schedule your flight back to Missouri today and come get your shit. Your little therapy session in Vegas is gonna have to wait. Tell him you're too busy being an effing hooker." "Allie, I've gotten 2 calls now in that DM. You're an effing slut. Just embrace how much of a whore you are." Like, just embrace it. That's who you are and who you've always been. It was my fault for trying to change a street corner whore into a good woman. Your track record shows exactly who you are. You have no concept of the real world and never will. Just travel the world with your tits out, sleep with every guy you can, and enjoy living it up. What a great life. You are literally such a slut. When are you going to look in the mirror and actually want to become a good woman? Not someone who does their best to make it to every single party anywhere across the world, sleep with every guy possible, and have no concept of what being a good woman is. Unreal. What a effing party girl. And you're still at the after party? Like, goddamn girl, you're embracing your sluttiness, aren't you? Own it. Good work. I know, people, Allie. I got that DM and 2 effing calls at 4 a.m. You effing slut. You have no clue what real life is. You're such an effing hooker and apparently always will be. Game over, bitch. And then she responds to him, genuinely wish you the best. Sell my shit. You'll never hear from me again. And then he said, you want to live this party lifestyle, you effing slut. That's all you want to do. Like, he's still going at her and she's just like, goodbye. What a hooker. Unreal. You want to be at every party, hooking up with every guy possible. Have a good life, effing slut.
A fan called him out in the comments of a now deleted video, basically telling him he's stupid for playing with the same fire and expecting not to get burnt. To which he actually replied and acknowledged that he was stupid for continuing to pursue women with the same personality flaws and expect them to be respectable ladies. He said he had anxiety just leaving his girl alone for one night. No matter if you're male or female, being in a relationship with no trust is draining and unhealthy. This is the vicious cycle though. Men promote women being promiscuous. Women make a ton of money off of men buying their services. Women's monetary standard for the men they date then increases. And then men try and buy these women because they're programmed to believe that marrying a porn star or something like that makes you a baller and a player. Even though everyone secretly knows it actually makes you a loser. Men then start to seemingly hate the same thing they actually love, which is promiscuous women.
So I tell you guys, you need to watch what she does. No girls' nights, no club. I tell you, don't go to the fucking club. You want to go to the club anyway and be a whore? I tell you not to fucking hang out with your ass friends. You hang out with them anyway? You need to delete your social media. He doesn't. Okay. Men and women are not the same. When women get pretty for a reason, that in itself is cheating. Actually, you know, it's funny. Angie's gonna write. I can do whatever I want. She stays inside.
A lie detector determined that was a lie.
You're my girl. You're not putting your fucking body on the internet when we're together.
That was a lie.
She's your girl now, but if she still puts photos like that of herself on the internet and is being provocative, when she's in a relationship with you, that's fucking disrespectful. She's single. Again!
The whole thing is disingenuous, and it's why we're seeing a decline in women wanting serious relationships. So often, men will make their girl feel horrible for dressing up, going out, and just living her best life, but will simultaneously go out and flirt with women who are doing this same thing. The wife at home who is doing the respectful thing is getting the shit end of the stick. Meanwhile, a girl who's out on the town is getting the best of your man. So why then would a man be surprised when his wife then leaves him to go be carefree, since he obviously loves women who are more carefree? You see how men contradict themselves about wanting a respectable wife at home, and then once they get that, they make her feel less than for not being a party girl, because she can obviously see how the party girls are the only ones who get her husband's full and best attention. Because while the wife is at home asleep, where the husband should be, mind you, he's out at the bar hooking up with chicks. So why would she then want to continue being with him and respect him if his type is obviously a girl that wants to be out on the town? I hope that makes sense to all of you, because the whole narrative that men can have sex with whoever they want if they're rich enough is stupid and makes no sense.
My girl don't talk back to me. Like this whole like situation, all the, like argue. There's no arguments. This is how it is. She packs my fucking condoms when I travel. That's how real it is.
Sorry for her.
Yeah, and here's the thing. No. She lives a great fucking life, and she's a beautiful girl. She's hotter than all the girls here. And if you got a guy that checks off all the boxes, you got to pay the price for that man checking all those boxes. He didn't check all those boxes off to just fuck you.
If you're married, you're married. So either act like a husband or go dwell down under with the rats. What do you guys think about all of this? Do you agree the entire agenda is contradictory? Would you agree that men need to have some self-respect too? To not sleep with countless women just because they can? It takes a toll on your mental health to give your body up to just any and everybody, whether you're male or female. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. It was great talking to you all, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!